Ever feel like there's a whole world operating inside you? Well, there is. And it's way more influential than you might think.
It really is, and we're only just beginning to understand it.
This world we're talking about, it's your gut microbiome, trillions of microorganisms, a whole ecosystem, really. It's even been dubbed our second brain.
Second brain, that's right. And we're diving into it today on this deep dive, exploring this fascinating world based on this book, Your Gut is Your Second Brain, and trying to uncover how it impacts our health and happiness.
You know, it's funny. We tend to think about our gut as just like, a food processing plant.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it's playing a much bigger role.
Absolutely. Much bigger. It's this incredible community of bacteria, viruses, fungi, all interacting, and not just with each other, but with us, with our bodies, in these super intricate ways.
Yeah, like I remember when I first read that there are more bacterial cells in our gut than human cells in our entire body. That was just blew my mind.
Yeah. That's right. It's a staggering number. And it's not just about the sheer number, right? It's that this microbial community is active. It's communicating with our brain, influencing our mood, our immune system, maybe even our thoughts.
Wait, hold on. My gut's talking to my brain.
Yeah.
How's that even work? We're talking like telepathy here.
Not exactly telepathy, but it's almost as amazing, I think. This communication happens through this direct line, the vagus nerve. It's like a superhighway of information, always on, constantly relaying messages back and forth between your gut and your brain.
Okay, so it's like a two-way street, right? My gut sends signals to my brain sending signals back down to my gut. But what kind of messages are we talking about? What's being said?
It's really more like a constant feedback loop. When your microbiome is healthy and balanced, it sends out these positive signals that contribute to feelings of well-being, clarity, a strong immune system. But when that balance gets disrupted, well, things can start to go a bit sideways.
So you're saying, like, if my gut is unhappy, my brain, like, literally feels it.
Yeah, that's right. When there's an imbalance, it's called dysbiosis. It can actually send out these distress signals. And those signals, they can manifest in a lot of different ways. Anxiety, brain fog, you might feel low on energy or even experience depression.
Wow, that's pretty serious stuff. So we're not just talking about, an upset stomach here. We're talking potentially about impacting our brain health, even the course of serious debilitating diseases.
Absolutely. And that's why, understanding this gut microbiome, it's so crucial. It's not just about digestion, it's really about this overall well-being. And the more we learn about it, this intricate connection, the more we realize just how much potential it has to really transform our health, maybe our lives.
Okay, so we've kind of established, I think, that our gut is this powerful player in our health and well-being, this hidden world that's talking directly to our brain. But what does a healthy gut even look like? How do we know if our gut is thriving or if it's, heading for trouble?
Well, imagine this. Imagine a bustling city, right? Efficient services, clean streets, happy residents. That's your gut. When your microbiome is balanced, it's full of this diverse range of beneficial bacteria, all working together to keep things running smoothly.
Okay, so it sounds like diversity is a big deal here. Like, it's not just about having like all our bacteria. It's about having the right mix, the right kind.
Exactly. Diversity, it equals resilience, It means your microbiome it's better equipped to handle challenges. It can fight off invaders and just maintain that overall balance. It's like a city with a strong infrastructure, a well-rounded workforce, I guess you could say. It can adapt, it can thrive even when things get tough.
But what about when things do get tough? What happens when that city starts to crumble?
Well, that's when we see what's called dysbiosis. It's like the city's falling into disrepair, the infrastructure crumbles, essential services break down, and then the wrong crowd starts to take over.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get the picture here. You've got our thriving city with all its different, neighborhoods bustling with activity, and then suddenly it's like there's pollution, the trash isn't being collected.
Yeah.
Things just start to, get chaotic.
And that's a great way to visualize it because in your gut, this microbial imbalance, this dysbiosis, it can lead to a whole cascade of problems. It can weaken your immune system, make you more vulnerable to infections. It can trigger chronic inflammation, and that's a key player in so many chronic diseases. And it can even disrupt the production of neurotransmitters, impacting your mood, your mental well-being.
So dysbiosis, it's like this domino effect. It starts with an imbalance in the gut, but the consequences, they can ripple outward. They can impact our physical and mental health in really profound ways. This is definitely making me rethink my relationship with my gut.
Yeah, it is fascinating, right? This whole hidden world that has such a huge influence on who we are. But let's dig into some of those consequences of dysbiosis, this urban decay, like you were saying.
Yeah. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here. We talked about how it's not just like tummy troubles, but how does this imbalance actually affect us? Like, what's going on there?
Well, remember how we talked about the gut-brain communication, that intricate connection when dysbiosis sets in, it can really disrupt those messages traveling along the vagus nerve. So instead of signals for, well-being, we're getting these distress signals.
Ah, okay. So it's like the communication lines are getting crossed, sending these garbled messages that just lead to problems upstairs.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. And these disruptions, they can show up in a lot of ways. You might experience brain fog, making it hard to focus. You might feel anxious, just low on energy. And in some cases it can even contribute to depression.
It's amazing how these tiny organisms,
yeah,
right, can have such a huge impact on our mental state. But what about the physical consequences? We talked about chronic inflammation a bit earlier, but how does that actually play out?
Well, chronic inflammation, it's kind of like this fire that's smoldering inside of us, just silently causing damage over time. When our gut microbiome is out of balance, it can release these inflammatory compounds that trigger this response. And this chronic inflammation, it's a major driver in so many serious health problems, from heart disease to diabetes to autoimmune conditions, even some types of cancer.
So we're talking about a potential link between gut dysbiosis and some of the most common and serious diseases that we face today. It's a pretty sobering thought, honestly.
It is, and it really highlights just how critical gut health is to our overall well-being. And it's it's not just a problem in Western countries. Research has shown that changes in diet and lifestyle, especially the shift towards processed foods and this decrease in fiber intake, they've had a significant impact on the gut microbiome globally, and that's contributing to this rise in these chronic diseases that we see.
So it really seems like we've kind of disrupted this delicate balance of our inner ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
But that also suggests that maybe we can restore it, right? There must be ways to help our gut cities thrive again.
Absolutely, there are. The gut microbiome it's dynamic, it's responsive to change. We actually have the power to influence its composition, its function through the choices that we make every single day.
So what are some of the key strategies here? Like how do we go about rebuilding our gut cities? What can we do to nurture those beneficial bacteria and kind of restore harmony to this inner world?
Think about it like tending a garden. You need to provide the right nutrients, weed out the harmful elements, and just create an environment that supports growth and diversity.
Okay, I like that analogy. So let's start with the nutrients. What are the essential elements that feed our good gut bacteria?
Fiber is absolutely the cornerstone. It's the food that our beneficial bacteria crave. It helps them thrive, and they produce these beneficial compounds that actually support our health. Unfortunately, most people today they don't get enough fiber in their diets.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're so focused on protein and carbs that we often forget about fiber. So loading up on fruits and vegetables and whole grains, that's kind of like providing a feast for our gut microbes, right?
Exactly. It's like fertilizing the soil. You're creating this rich environment where those beneficial bacteria can really flourish.
And what about probiotics? We hear so much about them these days. Are they really as helpful as everyone says?
Well, probiotics, they're live beneficial bacteria, and they can help to replenish and diversify our gut microbiome. Think of them as reinforcements, helping to restore that balance when things are out of whack.
Okay, so it's like sending in the good guys to fight off the bad guys and reestablish order in our gut cities.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And you can get probiotics through fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir. These foods, they've been consumed for centuries across different cultures, and they're a fantastic way to naturally support your gut health.
So it's not just about, popping a probiotic pill. It's about embracing a diet that includes these traditionally fermented foods.
Precisely. And if you're not getting enough probiotics through your diet, then high quality supplements can be a helpful addition. Just remember that the world of probiotics, it's vast, it's complex. Different strains have different effects. So it's important to choose wisely based on your individual needs and goals.
So it's not a one size fits all approach, right?
Yeah.
We need to be mindful about selecting the right probiotics for our specific situation.
That's a really crucial point. It's about personalized gut health. Recognizing that each of us, we have this unique microbiome with unique needs, and just as we need to nourish the good bacteria, we also need to minimize the factors that harm them.
Right, those harmful elements that we talked about a bit earlier. I have a feeling we're about to talk about the villains of the gut world, right? Processed foods, sugar.
You got it. These are like the pollutants, that disrupt the delicate balance of our gut cities. Processed foods, they're often stripped of fiber. They're loaded with additives that can actually harm the beneficial bacteria. And excess sugar, well, that feeds the bad guys, those harmful bacteria that thrive on sugar, and they contribute to inflammation and disease.
So it's not just about what we add to our diet. It's also about what we subtract, right?
Yeah.
We need to be mindful of those processed foods and sugary drinks that can really wreak havoc on our gut ecosystem.
Exactly. And it's not just about food either. Remember the gut-brain connection. While stress is a major disruptor of gut balance.
Yeah, it's funny, like whenever I'm feeling stressed, it always seems like my gut is the first thing to react. Why is that?
Well, the gut-brain communication, it's a two-way street, remember? When you're stressed, your brain, it sends signals down to your gut that can actually alter its function. And that can lead to changes in motility, permeability, even the composition of your microbiome.
So chronic stress, it's like sending these constant distress signals down the highway, just throwing our gut city into a state of emergency.
That's a great analogy, and the reverse is also true. An imbalanced gut, it can actually send signals back up to the brain that make stress and anxiety even worse. It's a vicious cycle.
So managing stress is crucial, not just for our mental health, but for our gut health as well. What are some effective ways to kind of reduce stress and support that gut-brain connection?
Well, practices like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, they can be incredibly helpful. They activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation, and it kind of calms that gut-brain axis.
It's like sending calming vibes down the highway, just easing tension in both cities.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of spending time in nature, connecting with loved ones, doing activities that bring you joy. These simple acts, they can have a profound impact on reducing stress and just supporting your overall well-being.
So it's really this holistic approach, right? Recognizing that our mental and physical health, they're deeply intertwined.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the importance of quality sleep.
Right. Sleep is so crucial for our overall health, but how does it specifically relate to our gut?
Well, sleep is when our bodies, repair and regenerate, and our gut is no exception. During sleep, the gut microbiome, it undergoes these important processes that support its balance, its function. When we're sleep deprived, these processes get disrupted, and that can lead to imbalances and inflammation.
So getting enough sleep is like giving our gut city a chance to rest and rebuild after a long day, right?
Precisely. And finally, let's not forget about the power of movement. Exercise has been shown to have this positive impact on gut health in a lot of different ways.
Oh, how so?
Well, physical activity, it helps to stimulate gut motility, which is the movement of food through the digestive system. And this helps to prevent constipation and promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria.
So exercise like keeping the traffic flowing smoothly in our gut city, making sure that everything is running efficiently.
Exactly. And it can also help to reduce stress, improve sleep, enhance overall well-being, which all indirectly benefit the gut.
So we've got this whole toolkit for rebuilding and maintaining a healthy gut, or a fiber-rich diet, fermented foods or probiotics, minimizing processed foods and sugar, managing stress, prioritizing sleep, and incorporating regular exercise.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think that we have so much control, right, over the health of this hidden world within us.
It really is empowering, and the more we learn about the gut microbiome, the more we realize its potential to transform our health, our well-being.
It's just incredible to think about this whole hidden world inside us, right? This world that's shaping so much of who we are. We've talked about the gut-brain connection, the consequences of dysbiosis, and all the amazing things we can do to actually shape our gut health through the choices we make. But where does this all lead? What's the big picture here?
Well, the implications of a healthy gut microbiome, they go far beyond just physical health. We're really talking about this paradigm shift in how we approach health and well-being as a whole.
So it's not just about avoiding digestive issues or even chronic diseases. It's about really optimizing our health and reaching our full potential.
Exactly. By understanding and nurturing our gut microbiome, we're unlocking all these possibilities for a healthier, more vibrant life, and the research is just constantly revealing new connections and potential applications all the time.
That's really exciting. What are some of the most promising areas of research right now? What's on the horizon for the future of gut health?
Well, one area that's getting a lot of attention is personalized medicine. Imagine a future where we can, analyze your unique gut microbiome and then tailor treatments and interventions specifically to you, to your needs.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach,
Yeah.
we could have personalized probiotics or dietary recommendations based on our individual gut profiles. That sounds like science fiction, honestly.
It might sound futuristic, but it's actually becoming a reality. We're already seeing companies offering microbiome testing and personalized recommendations based on the results. And this is a huge step towards a more precise, a more effective approach to healthcare.
Wow. That's incredible. What other advancements are kind of on the horizon?
Another really exciting area is the potential to actually harness the power of the microbiome to treat chronic diseases. We talked about fecal microbiota transplantation, FMT, which has had remarkable success in treating recurrent Clostridium difficile infection.
Yeah, the poop transplant, right? Mm-hmm. Which sounds a little strange, but it's actually a lifesaver for people with that particular infection.
Exactly. And researchers are exploring the potential of FMT to treat other conditions as well, like inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, even autism.
It's mind-blowing to think that we might be able to treat these complex diseases by manipulating the gut microbiome.
It is a revolutionary concept, and beyond FMT, scientists are working on developing these targeted therapies that can modulate the gut microbiome in really specific ways, either by introducing specific strains of bacteria or by targeting the metabolic pathways of the microbiome to achieve a desired outcome.
It sounds like we're really on the verge of this whole new era in medicine where the gut microbiome plays this central role in both prevention and treatment.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be involved in this field, and then the research is moving at this unprecedented pace.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of the gut microbiome to the cutting edge of research. What's the key takeaway message here for our listeners? What do we want them to remember from this deep dive?
The most important message is that your gut microbiome is a powerful ally in your health journey. It's not something to be feared or ignored, but rather something to be understood and nurtured.
So it's about taking ownership of our gut health, recognizing that we have the power to influence this inner ecosystem through the choices we make every day.
Exactly. And it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start by incorporating small sustainable changes into your routine. Increase your fiber intake, experiment with fermented foods, find ways to manage stress, prioritize sleep, and move your body regularly.
It's about, listening to our bodies, being mindful of what we eat, how we live, and just making choices that support a healthy gut, a thriving microbiome.
Beautifully said. And remember, the journey to a healthier gut, it's an ongoing adventure. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep nurturing that incredible ecosystem within you.
This has been a fascinating exploration. Thanks for guiding us through this incredible world.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to all of you listening, remember, a healthy gut is a happy gut. And a happy gut can lead to a happier, healthier you.
Until next time, keep diving deep.